liberty, and justice for all.
Roll call, Chrissy.
All right, Wyatt.
Here.
Buns.
Present.
Stabell.
Here.
And both Matt and Brenda are excused absences. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Consent agenda, anything to remove? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome, four of you. Citizens request oral presentations, anything, Chrissy?
No.
Committee reports and recommendations, Gail?
Okay, we met on December 17th. We called meeting to order at 4:45. First item, Chrissy gave us an update as to the Public Works Director positions as what we had for applications, and that has since closed, and we'll be doing interviews then tomorrow night. Next then, Chrissy gave to us a credit card policy and a meals policy, because the auditor had mentioned that we didn't have any policy on that. And so we took a look at what was proposed, and we went ahead and recommended and sent it to council, and it's on tonight's agenda.
And that really pretty much matches what we already do, right? It's just the formal policy as much as
Right.
anything.
And meeting adjourned at 5 PM.
Any questions for Gail? Thank you, Gail. Public hearings. Got a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing regarding an amendment of the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 63, by amending provision pertaining to speed regulations. And this is to change the speed regulation from Butterfield to west to the end of Twin Oaks to a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. Any written?
No.
Anything oral? Close the public hearing. Open second public hearing regarding an amendment of the Hudson City Code 2017 Development Ordinances by amending section 166.11 by adding greenhouses for commercial use to principal permitted uses. This is basically to eliminate the annual temporary permits that has to go to Board of Adjustment for Randall's outside. Any written comments?
No.
Any public comments? Close the public hearing. General government. Hudson City Council maintains the right to waive the first and second readings of the ordinances presented and may pass the third and final reading of the same ordinance within the same council meeting. Item A, discussion action to approve resolution 2441, a resolution for approval to offer position of volunteer fire to Abby Brecky, I presume.
Yes, Abby. Abby lives in town. She comes to us with already having her EMT, so that's a huge benefit to us.
Huge.
We are at only, she'll make 34 on her membership right now. So half of 40.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. No,
Aye.
we need a roll call, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Resolution. Sorry.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Buns.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Welcome aboard
Welcome, Abby. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
helping with us.
and stay safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sit for the rest of the meeting.
Chad does, but you don't.
Item B, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 808, an ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 170, Development Ordinance Establishment of Zoning Districts, and this is for the tiny homes. And I'll accept either a motion to approve the second or a motion to waive the second and approve the third. Nothing urgent I'm aware of, but
Then I move to approve the second reading.
second.
Second on the second.
Further, any discussion? Roll call.
Buns.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Approved 3-0. Item C, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 809, ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 92, water rates, section 9202, rates for service.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Stabell.
Aye.
Buns.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
3-0. Item D, discussion action to approve second reading of ordinance 810, and ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 99, sewer rate charges, section 99.01, sewer rate services charges required. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Roll call.
Buns.
Aye.
Stabell,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Approved 3-0. Item E, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 811, ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to speed regulations, and that's at 25 mile an hour on Ranchero.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Stabell,
Aye.
Bunce,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Approved 3-0.
That's already posted.
Yeah, we
That's
posted,
the
we
temporary.
jumped the gun, didn't realize that we put it out there,
Oh.
and we put it in the wrong place.
Oh.
Even
It's
better.
only at the edge of Twin Oaks, where we're gonna have residences on both sides.
I was kinda happy about that, so I was like, hey, I thought it was already done.
The first thing I realized it was when Danny and Rick would say, boy, that's really slow to drive 25 through there. And I says, well, where'd you put it? Oh. If we'd have charged anybody, we couldn't have gotten them a ticket probably. Item F, discussion action to approve first reading of ordinance 812, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa 2017 development ordinances by amending section 166.11 by adding greenhouses for commercial use to the principal permitted uses.
Well, we just had a public hearing on it?
Yes.
Oh, so moved.
Does that sound
Second.
different?
Well, it's just greenhouses, the houses, and then the tiny houses I was looking at.
So many houses.
Lots of houses going on right there.
Yeah. Any other discussion?
Was there a size limit on it, or was this just a temporary? Was this a, cause
Uh,
it comes, it acts as temporary property, right?
No, they have to comply with whatever the setbacks on the boundary sides, which is probably 4 inches. Roll call?
Me.
Computer. Yeah, Wyatt,
Aye.
Bunce,
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
That passes 3-0. Item G, discussion action to approve resolution 2442, resolution to appoint council committees and mayor pro tem per the mayoral recommendations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Stabell,
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
3-0.
Welcome again, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
She's so excited.
You can do it like twice.
Item H, discussion action to approve resolution 2443, a resolution to appoint city attorney. This is Heather Prendergast at the same rate of $125, correct?
We'll be happy to serve in that capacity if you'll have me again.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
3-0.
No.
Item I, discussion action to approve resolution 2444, resolution naming financial depository. Now, this is any banking institution in Cedar Valley, however, with the primary one being Bank Iowa. So if we ever do want to put anything into Lincoln Savings, that would allow that also. So, motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Bunce,
Aye.
Stabell,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Approved 3-0.
Hey, I'm sorry, can I go
Yeah,
back to that real
sure.
quick, just with a quick question? When was the last time we did RFP for bank rates? Was that 2 years ago?
That was before I was on as mayor.
That was 2 years.
It had to be 2015 or prior.
I think it was
wasn't 2016.
2014 or 2015.
This would be the third calendar year.
Yeah, we should go, next year we should do that again.
It's a good thought.
Yeah, I know Hector would like to have an opportunity, so.
Yeah, we just need to, I mean, the rates obviously change all the time, we
Yeah.
need to continue to look at that at least every couple of years,
Yeah.
but, yeah. Sorry, I should have mentioned that a second ago.
That's fine, and that's why I'd like to check to make sure that we had the latitude to actually use them prior to any expiration or.
Yeah, we just don't wanna make a huge move without doing
No,
that,
no.
obviously, so.
Item, what am I, J?
Yep.
Yeah,
Discussion action to approve resolution 2445, a resolution authorizing the official newspapers for the city of Hudson, Iowa, which is Hudson Herald or Waterloo Courier.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Stabell,
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
3-0. Item K, discussion action to approve resolution 2446, a resolution to establish 2019 mileage reimbursement, and that's at the new federal rate.
56 or 58?
58.9 or some weird number like that.
It's getting up there. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Bunce.
Aye.
Stabell.
Item L, discussion action to approve resolution 2447, resolution to appoint city clerk and deputy city clerk, and that would be Chrissy Wiersma and Katie Bating.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Bunce.
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
3-0. Discussion action to approve resolution 2448, resolution accepting the highest bid for the 2014 Salt Dog 10-foot sander, and that was at a price of $5,100 through the sealed bid operation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
That's going back into their reserve fund.
It'll go right back in the reserve fund where we had bought the other one out of. Fairly good price, actually. Roll call.
2.5 times more than the last one brought in.
Was it?
Yeah, so,
Stabell,
Aye.
Bunce,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye,
$400 less than the cost of the brand new one.
wow.
about even?
Yeah. Item M, discussion action to approve resolution 2449, a resolution to approve the credit card policy. And that's, as Chrissy mentioned, just the audit comments to back it up.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I just had a question, you know, has the policy changed? That used to be a $500 limit for the credit cards, for each credit card that was issued, so the clerk would have one that was a $500 limit. Now it's $1,500.
I got no recollection. Roll call.
Bunce,
Aye.
Stabell,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
3-0. Item 0, item O, discussion action to approve resolution 2550, resolution to approve meals policy.
So moved.
Second. And this is just
Discussion.
formally putting this down.
Yeah, just backing it up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun. Did you say roll call?
Yeah,
Okay.
just now. No, I did not.
Roll call.
Bunce,
Aye.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
But feel free to jump the gun when it's in the right order. Item P, discussion action to approve resolution 2551, a resolution amending the fees for HMU task force consultant. And we'd previously approved it up to the 5,000 for us and 5,000 for HMU. We want to go up to the 10,000 for us. We've eaten through the first, and we are getting good progress. Again, we still have a cap to it. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion apparently?
I just want to make sure that we continue to see forward
Progress.
motion on this.
Absolutely.
I don't want it to eat up into another $5,000 here. No, understanding we have to do something obviously, but,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, which is what I was asking, Gordon was asking at the beginning of the
Right.
meeting. I think you're wise to keep an eye on it, but I would also say, put in perspective the amount of money you spent based on the perspective of what you look to maybe be able to save.
absolutely understand.
And don't
Yeah.
lose sight of that
Mhm.
perspective. So I
That's
do
my
not
thoughts.
think you're throwing good money at bad
Right.
yet. I will say, when I think you're throwing good money at bad, you're not quite there yet.
Yeah. And as long as we're putting that $5,000 cap that it has to come back again to us, that's why I'm okay with this at this point. I just don't want it obviously to get out of control with us,
Yeah.
without us coming back for it.
Well, and at this,
Could you give us an update a little bit?
Chrissy and I had a meeting with Bob today for, what, a little over an hour?
Yeah.
Bob Peter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Dieter.
Thank you.
What we had at the last task force meeting was we gave Bob the instruction to pursue up to 3 potential replacement electric providers that can replace Butler, and to find out from them whether or not they would be willing to respond to an RFP, as well as for them to validate his initial pricing that he came up with along with the secondary consultant that he hired out of Wisconsin. Under his analysis, his rough analysis that we want to get validated from these other 2 companies, the electricity that HMEU purchased from Butler County in 2017 for in excess of 1.1 million would have cost $667,000 for his analysis from any of these other 3 providers. According to MISO, which is a nationwide type provider. If that would be possible, that would be on the low range of what my analysis has been of comparison of HMEU's rates to Mid-America's rates. Because my analysis and working with the Mid-America rate structure, with some assistance from them, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't misinterpreting, is that the HMEU customers, being residents, the school, the city, were paid somewhere between roughly $345,000 to $545,000 higher than had that electricity been purchased from Mid-America,
We're charged.
or charged.
Not paid.
Or they had been clients of Mid-America. What we agreed to as a mission statement of the task force, which is 2 council people, myself and Gail, 2 members from the HMEU board, Jeff Corey and Kenton Zell, as well as Chris Einsweiler as an independent citizen, is that we said, okay, what we need to have as a mission statement is not necessarily to hit a specific rate, but to end up with a resolution that brought the commercial and residential customers into a rate structure that would be comparable to a Mid-America rate. Not demanding a 10%, a 20%, a 50%, or 80%, but saying it's gotta be. What that did was the HMEU board felt strongly that we should at least pursue either renegotiation with Butler County or finding another provider. And stay out of the discussion,
It's
will
not
you
Butler
please? This is
County.
us up here.
Butler REC.
It's Butler
Appreciate
County REC,
Right.
and everybody knows when he says Butler County, he's talking about Butler County REC.
Anyway, what the task force agreed with, me somewhat reluctantly, but I agree we need to go through the process, is that if we could achieve getting to another provider that could get us to that, we would consider it. Not that it automatically had to be accepted, but at that point, if we had an alternative provider that could get the rate, then it would still be a question of whether HMEU should still be in the business as opposed to an outright sale to a Mid-America or anybody else who might want to do it. So
It's
what
just
Bob
getting all
is,
of the options on
yeah,
the
so what Bob has had, what Bob has accomplished so far is significant understanding and relaying of what we would have to go through if it was a sale. He's done analysis on the contract some more, on what would be potential discussions with Butler County. And he's had direct discussions with 3 entities and Mid-America. Mid-America has expressed not really interested in responding to a bid scenario for electricity, but they would look at it. The other 3 entities all had willingness to consider. What Bob and I and Chrissy went through today is he had a presentation he was working on so we could present to HMEU board of exactly what MISO is and exactly what he's doing, of which the task force and the public is invited to attend Thursday, 5 o'clock here. You had a lot of the presentation was the in-depth understanding of MISO, and we worked with him a little bit. He's gonna cut it down instead of being a 30-minute presentation, try to have it as being a 10 or 15, and focus on, here's what I found out. Here's how it could be accomplished. Here's the risk of doing it. Still, and then he contacted today while we were there, one of the 3 entities, and he's gonna forward his numbers to them and say, okay, here's the numbers we put together. Have we missed anything, to see if it's still in the ballpark of reality? And if that's the case, that entity, as one of those 3 potential individual or entities, may come down here actually on Thursday and make a little bit of presentation. Okay, here's the services we do. Because what it would be is somebody buying the electricity, still providing it through HMEU. So that's where we're at. We couldn't be where we're at without him, because of his experience and stuff. I wouldn't have a clue how to go through that.
Right.
My only experience is selling stuff and having somebody else figure out how.
So Thursday at 5
Thursday,
PM,
5 o'clock here at Council Chambers.
Are we advertising that out somehow, that if people, it is a public forum, so if anybody has questions about,
It's, the
What are we
HMU meeting notice has gone out, so it's public meeting from that perspective. We have not done any special communication on it
thank you.
at this point.
You've had some inquiries though.
I've had some inquiries from some citizens as far as where are we and where we're
Thank you.
going, and I've told them there's a 5 o'clock meeting is the next step, so.
Okay, wonderful,
Okay,
thank you.
further thoughts?
Very
Ready for roll call?
All right, Bunce,
Aye.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Stabell.
Aye.
3-0. Informational items, there's 14 of them in there in the packet. Reminder items, regular scheduled meetings held at council chambers except the electric board and library board. Mayor's task force is canceled for tomorrow. Public Works Committee meeting is January 16th, 7 a.m. Public Safety, January 24th, 4 p.m. Personnel Admin Finance, January 28th, 4:45 p.m. Next council meetings, January 28th and February 11th. And February 11th, I will not be here, so Gail will be pro-tending for me. Motion to adjourn?
Which meeting is the Thursday at 5?
HMEU. It's not on here.
That's their meeting.
That's
not
their
ours.
meeting.
Yeah.
So it just happens to be here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks for joining.
Thank you all.
So has he created any